Last year, the government recorded the largest tax deficit in history, and unless corporate performance and local spending improve, it's bound to happen again this year. Import prices recorded the largest fall in over 15 years last month due to the plunging oil prices and a range of other factors. We bring you more. And the city of Seoul wants to remove underwater dams at the mouth of the Han River, putting the city government on a collision course with the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Wednesday, February 11th. I'm Luke Clary. Last year, the government failed to meet the tax revenue target by a staggering $9.9 billion, recording the biggest tax deficit in history. The tax revenue shortfall is bound to be repeated this year unless corporate performance and local spending improve.
This is a produce market in Seoul preparing for the Lunar New Year's holiday a week away. People are out shopping for holiday gifts, but not many customers freely open up their wallets. In fact, department stores and supermarket franchises saw a huge drop in January sales than a year ago. Sales have been declining for 5 months in a row. Sluggish local spending and subsequent fall in surtax are compounding concerns over another tax deficit this year. Also, due to poor corporate performance in 2014, corporate tax deficit for this year is projected to surpass $3 billion posted in 2014.
새로운 세원을 확보하기 위해서 지하경제 양성화 작업을 보다 더 시스템적으로 전개 나가기 위한 노력이 필요할 것으로 보입니다.
However, the government believes that the economy is gradually recovering, given that the country's industrial production in last December has fared better than expected. Therefore, authorities project that this year's tax revenue goal can be met if local demands are stimulated through an early execution of the budget and supply of policy funds.
Last month, import prices recorded the largest fall in over 15 years due to plunging oil prices and a range of other factors. Here's more. The Bank of Korea announced that import prices in January fell 19.2% year-on-year. That's the largest decrease in 15 years and 10 months. The month-on-month decrease stood at 7.3%, the largest since April 2009. Import prices plummeted because prices of raw materials such as agricultural, forest, fishery, and mining products fell 14.6% compared to January as a result of low oil prices. The Bank of Korea attributes the plunge in import prices to a 5.3% drop in the prices of intermediate goods, such as coal, petroleum, and chemicals, as well as a 1.9% dip in the prices of capital goods and a 2.1% drop in the prices of consumption goods. Export prices also fell 4.2% month-on-month in January due to the plummeting foreign exchange currency rates and low prices of petroleum products. Export prices of agricultural, fishery, and forest products dropped 2%, while prices of industrial products such as coal, petroleum, and chemicals fell 4.2% month-on-month. That's the largest decrease in export prices since May 2009, when they fell 4.5%. This year, 207 items were included in the export price survey, 6 fewer than last year. The list of import prices included 238 items, 1 item fewer than last year. A facility at the mouth of the Han River keeps the river's water level constant by controlling the water flow with underwater dams. The city of Seoul wants to remove the dams, putting it on a collision course with the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport.
These underwater weirs were erected at the mouth of the Han River in 1988. In his recently published memoir, ex-President Lee Myung-bak stressed that the reason the Han River's water is so clear is because of these underwater dams. The underwater structure had justified Lee's 4 major rivers restoration project during his presidential term. But now, the situation has changed completely. The Seoul metropolitan government concluded in a recent commissioned study that removing these weirs is most economical. The city government reasoned that people stand to benefit considerably from the improved water quality and restoration of the river's natural functions.
평강은 본래부터 건강한 하천이고 큰 강이었습니다. 그러한 강이 이렇게 오염이 된 것은 보호로 인한 그 문제점이 이미 드러나 있는 사실이고요.
But the final decision comes down to the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport, which insists that the weirs are necessary. The Land Ministry also sees the structure as a security measure preventing the infiltration of spies from North Korea. The city of Seoul plans to take in opinions from environmental experts and the local governments of Goyang and Gimpo. If there are no objections, the Seoul city government will request the central government to dismantle the underwater weirs.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is frequently seen these days meeting with military officials, apparently without his security guards. But a closer look at the footage reveals that Kim is always surrounded by armed security guards who are hiding around him.
This video shows the North Korean military's landing drills featuring hovercraft. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un can be seen watching the drills right next to heavily armed special ops soldiers without his security guards. But a closer look shows that in addition to the special ops forces, there are also people standing still all over the scene. They are Kim Jong-un's security guards who are watching closely to see whether any of the soldiers are heading toward Kim. In this video, senior North Korean generals are undergoing a live fire drill. There are 3 or 4 security guards donning military uniforms right behind the senior military officials who receive orders from Kim Jong-un. When Kim Jong-un watches military drills from indoors, his security guards hide behind the pillars outside. Their briefcases are presumed to contain heavy machine guns.
대담성을 연출하고 있지만 실제는 자기 목숨이죠. 자기를 암살할 걸 막기 위해서 내부적으로 다 변장을 시켜가지고 더 강화를 했어요.
Intelligence authorities say that despite Kim Jong-un's efforts to demonstrate his strong grip on the military, he still can't fully trust his military officials.
Guryong Village, the last shanty town in Gangnam District, is up for demolition. The Gangnam District office in charge of taking down the community center released a video showing that the building was in fact a luxury housing complex, but local residents say that the video is being used to pressure them out of the area.
Last Friday morning, the Gangnam District office started tearing down the Guryong Village Community Center building. The demolition was halted 2 hours later by a court order, but most of the building had already been destroyed. This is a video taken inside the building by the district office on the morning of the razing. High-end furnishings, like a stone bed, a sofa, and a liquor cabinet, are spotted inside the building. The Gangnam District office explains that the demolition was inevitable because the building, which was originally the site of a farmer's market, was actually being used as luxury housing. But the Guryong Village Residents Council, which had been using the building, claims that the demolition is just the means to pressure the residents who have been opposing the district's urban development plans to leave the area.
그분이 주택을 이전을 하면서 거기 있던 짐들을 일부를 갖다 놓은 상태거든요. 그 짐의 일부를 갖다 놓은 걸 가지고
The conflict over the fate of Guryong Village between the Seoul city government and the Gangnam District office had dragged on for many months before the matter was settled last year with the city government's concession. But the fight over Guryong Village has now reached the second round, with the village residents pitted against the district office.
The Korea Water Resources Corporation says that the ongoing winter drought in Gangwon province is the worst in 41 years. But exactly how much damage has been done is yet to be tabulated because each institution has its own assessment criteria.
A water supply vehicle arrives at a mountain village in Gangwon province and pours water into an empty storage tank. The village has been suffering from a severe water shortage recently. Even its valleys have become dry.
올해 1년째 아주 그냥 안 나오죠. 비가 안 와서요.
The water level in Soyang River Dam dropped 6 meters this winter alone. That's 18 meters lower compared to this time last year. 5 areas in Gangwon province, including Hwacheon and Inje, have been suffering from drinking water shortages, while finding irrigation water for the upcoming farming season is also a challenge. The Korea Water Resources Corporation has officially announced that this year's winter drought is the worst in 41 years. Measures to cope with the drought are needed urgently, but the relevant institutions have yet to narrow their differences. The Korea Water Resources Corporation and the Korea Meteorological Administration have different drought indexes.
각 기관별로 가뭄 상황 판단이 다르고 거기에 따라서 대책도 달라질 수가 있기 때문에 원인 파악을 정확하게 하자면
Voices calling for the government to devise stronger measures to manage water resources are gaining strength as the drought is expected to continue into spring.
Royal palaces in downtown Seoul have begun opening during the evening. Changgyeong and Gyeongbok palaces will be open at night until this weekend, and visitors will get to enjoy this rare scenery after sunset.
Deep into the evening hours, people are visiting Changgyeong Palace. The striking beauty of the palace, shown under soft and subtle lighting, is truly a sight to behold.
한복 입고 놀러 가자 말만 하다가 이제 기회가 돼가지고 지금 오게 됐어요.
Changgyeong Palace began accepting visitors at night from Tuesday and will continue to do so until Sunday. Visitors can tour the grounds, starting from Myeongjong Hall, the oldest wooden structure among all palatial residences from the Joseon era. The Honghwa Gate and Tongmyeong Hall are other must-see landmarks. Only 2,200 people may be admitted each day. Online reservations for the general public opened last Wednesday, and tickets were sold out in just 10 minutes. Scalpers are selling tickets online for 10 times the original price, pointing to the popularity of nighttime palace tours. The Cultural Heritage Administration says that only senior citizens 65 years old and above and foreigners may buy tickets at the palace in arriving order. Nighttime palace visits are growing ever more popular by the year. From this year, night admissions will be available for each and every season, so people who missed out this time can try again in the spring.
It's a movie for sure, but there are no lines, no subtitles, and no music. The film is solely delivered through sign language, actors' motions, and the mood and ambiance. The production is gaining immense attention in global film circles, and here's your introduction.
Throughout the running time of over 2 hours, there's nothing but pitch silence. There are no spoken lines nor any kind of music. Only sound effects can be heard from time to time. The actors converse in sign language, but no subtitles are provided. The story is about love and hatred at a boarding school for hearing-impaired students. All of the cast members are handicapped in real life. They express escalating emotions through quickening gestures and stiffening faces. The silence adds to the tense mood.
다른 건 다 조용하고 거기에만 집중을 하니까 훨씬 더 임팩트가 크죠. 영화 내내 계속 긴장을 하게 돼요.
The unconventional absence of speech, subtitles, and music offers a wide range of interpretation to viewers. The director explained that he wanted to create a silent film for the present era.
그 쌓아진 여러 가지 형식들을 다 배제하고 근원으로 돌아가서 아주 단순한 그 방법만 가지고 관객들과 소통할 수 있는.
This groundbreaking and revolutionary film has won awards at some 30 film festivals around the world, including the Cannes Film Festival.
Fleece clothes are in high demand in winter. The raised surface of fleece has an excellent property to retain warmth. But this kind of winter wear is also harder to wash because the raised surface easily traps detergent. Here's more.
Warm clothes are essential when temperatures plunge to sub-zero levels. That's why many people prefer to wear fluffy, fleece-lined clothes in winter.
펄이 들어있고 이러면 보온도 좀 잘 되는 느낌이고 부드러우니까 겨울에 입기 딱 좋은 것 같아서 기모를 많이 찾아요.
Fleece, also known as nap-raised fabric, is made by raising or scratching the surface of a fabric with millions of needles to make it softer and warmer. Fleece clothes come in diverse designs these days. The appearance of fleece depends on how its fabric was raised. As warm and nice as they are, fleece clothes can be hard to take care of.
가끔 이렇게 하얗게 세제인지 모르겠지만 좀 뭔가 가루 같은 게 남아있는 것 같은 게 보여요. 계속 다리에 신경이 쓰이고 가렵고 따가울 때도 있고 그리고 피부도 더 건조해지고 좀 거칠어지는 느낌이에요.
Take a look at these fleece-lined leggings. At a glance, this looks like dust, but if you look at it through a microscope, you'll see that the white powder is none other than detergent residue that didn't melt during washing. We tested several kinds of fleece clothes. We used a few drops of phenolphthalein to see if the color of the fabric would change, which shows that there is detergent residue to be found. The reddish parts are the ones containing residue. We found traces of detergent in the socks as well. Detergent residue can cause skin problems, so rinsing clothes thoroughly is key.
기모 오류는 섬유 특성상 세제 찌꺼기와 이물질이 남기 쉽습니다. 그러므로 중성 세제를 이용하여 처음 1, 2회는 단독으로 손 세탁하시는 게 섬유에 아주 좋습니다.
When washing your clothes with powder-type detergent, melt it in warm water before adding to the laundry. To remove all the bacteria trapped inside the fabric, shake the clothes well and dry them thoroughly in a sunny area. Unless your clothes have stubborn stains, use as little detergent as possible and add an extra rinse cycle.
마지막 헹군물에 식초를 소량 이용하시게 되면 이 염기성인 세탁용 세제를 식초의 산성으로 중화시킬 수가 있습니다.
If you keep great care of your fleece wear this winter, you'll stay warm without running the risk of damaging your skin.
And now let's take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.